I was recording this video already, but I noticed that it was taking me a long time to actually do my eyebrows and record at the same time, because my eyebrows take the longest to do, because I'm just trying to be very precise and very crisp and clean. So those are already done. I'm just going to go right into it with the video again. So as you can see by the title, this is a get ready with me, I cheated, long distance relationship, we broke up video. So just to give you a little background info, people would say like, oh, you're spilling out your personal business to the world. This is not necessarily personal. This is just actually advice for people who are in a long distance relationship, and not only advice for those, but for those people who feel as if they want to cheat, or if they have the desire to cheat, or if you like have interest in somebody else. This is honestly this is the advice for people like you. So for me, I was in a relationship with someone who stayed in Delaware. I stay in Florida, and he stays in Delaware. And yeah, we talked for about 6 months. We were in a relationship for a year. He was literally probably could have been considered the love of my life, because he was very, very amazing to me. And I did love him. Like in the beginning, it was like, oh my God. Like, I can't believe I met somebody who truly and genuinely loves me and actually would do anything for me, etc., etc., etc. So one thing I can say as far as advice, whenever you are talking to somebody in a long distance relationship, and not only in a long distance relationship, just period, get rid of the people who you talk to on the side. That's just like period, point blank. I don't care how good of a friend you and this person are. It is really good to just get rid of those people in your life, because they're basically going to be toxic in your relationship. If you know for sure that this person is probably going to interfere with your relationship because y'all had some kind of chemistry or connection before, leave that person alone. You're doing nothing but hurting your relationship. You're not helping it, you're hurting it. And so that's basically what I was doing. I was hurting the relationship, and basically with that, I was still talking to the person that I used to talk to before, and we were just texting all the time, and then texting turns into talking on the phone, and talking on the phone turned into this, into this, into this, and then you eventually do something like cheating. And so I was just like, dang, I could have really prevented that from happening if I would have just laid low, you know what I'm saying, try to lay low, try to just like get rid of this person. I don't mean like get rid, like, oh, just get out of my life. But like, don't text that person, don't talk to that person all the time like I was, and just kind of, focus more into my relationship, which is, what I was doing. And at the time, my boyfriend, he was like, shoot, that's all she is doing is focusing on me. He didn't know that I was sitting here talking to somebody else. He thought everything was hunky-dory and perfectly fine. But it wasn't, because I was on the side doing my own little thing, while my boyfriend is literally being very loyal, very honest, doing everything for me possible. But here I am cheating on somebody who probably don't even want me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't want a relationship. He doesn't want anything to do as far as like anything further in our relationship. He basically was just kind of, he just likes to have fun. He doesn't necessarily want anything serious. And I was messing up a very good relationship that was getting somewhere serious. Somebody who would have been a great father figure for Kylie and a great person in my life. And I messed that up. And that just goes to other people as well, is that when you're in a relationship like that, where it's going so well, yeah, go ahead and get rid of that person that you so-called like so much, because you're doing nothing but hurting your relationship. And this summer, I ended up telling my boyfriend that I did cheat on him. It was a very, very, very emotional conversation. He was very, very upset, of course, like who wouldn't be? And not only that, you know, he actually forgave me. He forgave me, and he wanted to do different things like pray together and, you know, work it out and blah, blah, blah. But still in the back of my head, as the cheater, you start to feel like, oh my God, like I can't get back to normal, because in the back of my head, all I can think about is I'm a cheater. And how can this person, this amazing person, even like accept me back? Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? I thought he was kind of cuckoo for that, because I was like, you really gonna take me back after I just sat here and did that? And I was like, dang, this boy really loves me. And from that point on, I should have went ahead and accepted that. You know what I mean? That this person really did love me, and that he was going to basically be with me no matter what. Like, you know, yes, of course, if I would have cheated on him again, he would have went ahead and broke up with me. Of course, that's normal. That's natural. That's, you know what I'm saying? Anybody would basically do that. But I started to have these thoughts that I was a bad person, that I wasn't good for him, and that he deserved somebody better than me. And that actually started to eat me up more and more as the days went by. Every time we would see each other, I felt like the connection was dying down. I felt like he was annoying me. I felt like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? Like, he's getting on my nerves. And it was mainly because I was the problem. I had all these like thoughts in my head, and negative thoughts like, oh my God, you're a bad person. Oh my God, you keep doing this to him. Oh my God, you like somebody who don't even like you back, and this person loves you and you love them, but you messing it up because why? Because maybe you have a problem. And so from that point on, I just kind of felt like, as me personally, like I just had some kind of, like I said, some kind of problem. Something was wrong with me. How can you, like, you know, do that? And so it started eating me up a lot. And I want to say about a few weeks ago, I went ahead and called him up, and not called him. Oof, I'm lying. I went ahead and sent him a text, and I was telling him, like, look, I can't do this. Like, I can't live with myself with this on me all the time. Like, I feel like such a bad person. Yada yada. And he was just like, you know, if you need time to forgive yourself, do that. Because he was gonna move down here. He was going to, you know, do all that. And I told him, don't move down here, because I feel like that would be a wrong move. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to be in a relationship, clearly, because if you really did love somebody, you won't cheat on them. You won't even think about cheating on them. And that goes for anyone. So when you do stuff like that, it's like, why? Like, why do you even put yourself in this kind of situations? So, you know, I was basically doing that. I was putting myself in a really bad position. And I was like, yeah, this is not going to work. I can't be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I had a really bad attitude towards him. I felt like I was always getting rude, always getting snappy. And he didn't deserve that, because he was a great person. And I felt like he needs to be with somebody who's just going to genuinely just be there for him. And though people may say, you were there for him, you were really good. I was. I did a lot for him, more than any other girl, from what he told me, has ever done for him. But I felt like that was just a way of me trying to make myself feel better about, like, what I had done. And trying to basically, like I said, make myself feel like, okay, well, you know, Dom, it's okay. You know, everything will be all right. You'll get through it. And I didn't get through it because I felt like crap every single time. Like, I just felt like crap. And I was like, Dom, you're not going to get through this because you keep thinking about it in the back of your head. And so finally, I went ahead and texted him that I couldn't do it. Of course, he was upset, just like what any other person would be, is upset. And he was, you know, like, you know, you wasted my time, which, yeah, it would seem like to anybody else that, yes, I did waste his time. There was a lot of time he put into this relationship, a lot of money he put into the relationship. Hey, but I put a lot of money and time into the relationship as well. So we both wasted quite a bit of time. But I saved him a lot of time, and I saved him a lot of heartache for not coming down here when I was not ready to be in a relationship, clearly, because I'm sitting here still having these thoughts of, oh, you know, I just want to cheat on you kind of thoughts. Like, not cheat on you. I was still clearly having thoughts of like, dang, what am I doing in a relationship if I'm not ready kind of thoughts. And like I said, he just didn't deserve that. By the way, if you want to like zoom, I'm going to zoom in and show you. What I did was like a little bit of a smoky green. I'm going to clean it up, of course. Plus, with all my makeup not being on, it looks kind of weird. And I'm putting gold in the tear duct and green underneath here. But I want to do my concealer and stuff first before I even do that, because it's going to mess up. I'm going to go ahead and moisturize my face. I should have did that first, but I was just so into the story. I use the Out of Africa Shea Butter. This stuff is like bomb.com. It has cleared up a lot of my scars on my face from my Clarisonic that I had. I'm going to be honest, Clarisonic and those spin brushes are not for everyone. So if people sit here and make you feel like you should buy one, really think twice about spending your money on that stuff, because my face like broke out so bad. And yes, it's supposed to break out, which it did. It went through its normal breakout phase. But then as months passed, every month I would wake up with a bump literally like this big on my face everywhere. And that had created a lot of scarring. And so I had to stop using it because not everybody could use spin brushes on their face. My face is very sensitive, I figured out. So everybody can't use that. So be careful. So like back to what I was saying, to those people out there who just want to, you know, cheat and want to go out there and experience, you know, just think you can get away with a lot of stuff, it's gonna eventually eat you up. And more of my story is that I basically lost out on a really good person. And I just couldn't live with that. I couldn't live with the fact that I was doing something like that to him. And he was, sorry. And he was an amazing person to me. And, you know, I was basically treating him really wrong. And I didn't like how that felt. I wasn't liking the person I was becoming. And I just really needed to end the relationship. And he might watch this video, he might not, but if he does, you know, truly do apologize. Like, maybe one day we could, like, you know, be friends again, or maybe one day he'll understand that, like, I truly am sorry, and that I truly, like, just wasn't ready for a relationship like I thought I was. Like, I really thought I was ready. I'm thinking like, oh yeah, I'm ready. This guy is amazing. Like, oh my goodness. But one thing people have to understand is that just because someone treats you really good and gives you really nice things and yada yada doesn't necessarily mean that they're good for you. They're the right person for you, if that makes any sense. Yes, he was great. He did so much for me, did so much for Kylie. He would have been a great father, like father figure in Kylie's life. But don't pull somebody along when you're not 100% ready. I don't want to get emotional on this video because I'm not really an emotional person, to be very honest. I don't really do a lot of the crying and such. But I will say that This has been a very hard journey. There's not a moment that I don't think about him. There's not a moment that I don't think about what I did. There's not a moment that I don't sit here and I'm like, dang it, I really messed up. Now I gotta start all over. It's gonna be a while, a very while, long time before I actually get into another relationship. Yeah, I probably won't get into another relationship. I don't even know. Just a very long time. Just know that's that. I won't be in a relationship in a very, very long time. So long that I don't even, just long. It'll be a very long time before I get into another relationship. And I just have to think about the things that I do and the things that I say and yada yada before I actually get into anything else. My friend got me this Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit from TJ Maxx, y'all. And it's real. It's real. You can definitely tell that it's real. Depending on your area, you can find like some good stuff in TJ Maxx and like Ross and whatnot. I want to say more so TJ Maxx and Marshalls. They sell more high-end products than Ross for a really good price. So yeah, I forgot to correct underneath my foundation. So I'm just going to correct this one area very lightly and then put my concealer on top. But yeah, so one thing I can say that I don't like about the whole breakup thing is when people share their emotions on like Facebook and Instagram. That really bothered me. So I did unfriend him and he unfriended me off Facebook, and then I just eventually unfollowed him off of Instagram because I was going to be cordial and just, go ahead and keep following him on Instagram. I know he likes his music thing, so, I was still going to like be a supporter. But he kept putting like rude stuff up. I won't say rude. It wasn't rude. It was just a little bit more like those petty relationship little posts. And I wasn't really digging them. So I was like, let me go ahead and unfollow homeboy. For now, maybe one day I'll just kind of like follow him again. Probably not, because you just don't want to bring that back up. You know what I mean? So yeah, I tried my best to just kind of be cordial. I said Merry Christmas to him. It was nothing bad. I just don't like when guys like, get really upset, and I don't want to be that person to say this, but it just shows me like a sign of weakness that you're like, when you do stuff like that, you seem very weak. And that's how I took it. I saw him as a very weak individual when he started posting on those relationship things, because as a man, or, whatever you call yourself, it's just like, you don't put stuff like that up when you're done with a relationship, because that just shows that A, you miss me. B, you don't know how to like just kind of go through the motions, I guess. I don't know. I could be wrong. Somebody might not agree with me. And yes, people could say, well, you hurt him. Okay, but I'm not going to put all my emotions out on Instagram and Facebook either. Because that's just like I said, that just shows me kind of like a sign of weakness. That's my personal opinion. I'm going to stick to it. But like I said before, I still do love him. Don't get me wrong. And hey, if he wants to talk to me, he'll talk to me. If he don't want to talk to me, he won't. Because I did hurt him in so many levels. But what I can say is that, I'm going to grow from this. I'm going to learn from this. And I'm going to move forward from this. Because if I don't and I just get myself stuck, I'm not moving anywhere. I'm just standing still. in this same old situation. I'm not even editing this video. I'm just gonna post it literally just like how I am like talking, because I want everything to be heard, everything to be said. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's just like, it's hard to explain when you've gone through something like this, because like I've never done anything like that, like cheat on somebody. So yeah. And if I did cheat on somebody, it's because I really wanted them out of my life, and they wouldn't leave. And me cheating was like the only way for them to leave, and they still didn't leave. That's the only time I think I've ever cheated on anybody, was when I felt like they just kind of, you know, wouldn't disappear. And I wanted them to so badly. Evil but funny. So, you know, like I said, it's really good to just not even step into that little big puddle of mess, basically, because you're gonna do nothing but hurt yourself, hurt the person that you said you love. Because if you love that person, ooh, I just made a mess. If you love that person, you wouldn't even think, I'm talking about think about even cheating on them, because you really love them. So you wouldn't think about cheating on them. You would just, you know what I'm saying? You would pray about it and you would move forward. You wouldn't even think about doing anything like that. So, yeah, I'm just going to keep it at that. That, you know, was my mistake. Something I have to live with, and something I have to deal with. Something I have to grow from, and just kind of go from there. I can't really, you know, go backwards. Like on my brush I was looking for. I can't go backwards. The only thing I can do is move forward. So, yeah. Just to continue on with the look here, I'm basically just showing you guys how to kill a 99-cent eyeshadow palette. Because that's basically what I'm doing. It's just killing this 99-cent eyeshadow palette that I got. I've had it for a very long time. I never really use it because it has a lot of fallout. Usually cheaper eyeshadow palettes do have a lot of fallout. But I'm just kind of showing you guys how you can kill this 99-cent eyeshadow palette. Really didn't want to have to use gel eyeliner, but I'm going to use gel eyeliner. I kind of don't like using gel, just because I don't have the same arm stroke like I used to with the brush. Doing get ready with me and like talking at the same time, sometimes you just get a little off focus and you kind of look back at your makeup and you be like, dang girl, could did a little bit better. Because you know, you get so into the story and not really into the look so much. So yeah, I'm just gonna blend those a little bit better. That's a little bit better. So I'm gonna say it again. It's just, you know, just be very careful on the decisions that you make when you're in a really good relationship. Clearly, as you can see, I ruined mine. And the more and more I saw him, the more I just kept thinking about how crappy of a person I am. Or a person I was. Because people can always sit and say, you know, you can't do that to yourself. You're not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. I know that. But I made some pretty crappy decisions. Like, pretty crappy decisions. And hopefully, you know, as the years go on, I, like I said, continue to grow and continue to just, like, grow from my mistakes. And, you know, just think first before I, like, make moves. That's, you know, that's where you mess up, is when you don't really think. You just kind of like, oh, you know, like I said, I was just kind of like, oh, he's not going to find out. And it eventually started eating me up on the inside. And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to tell him, because he deserves to know. He's too good of a person for me to sit here and just be like continuing to do what I do. And like I said, also, it's just, if you're, you know, cheating with somebody who doesn't even really, like, want you like that, yeah, really think twice about what you're doing, because you really just ruining everything you got going on. You really are. You know, so that's really all I had to say, really, about the whole relationship thing and the cheating, and being that you are in a long distance relationship. Really, like, if you are in one thing I can say to do is make sure that you are trying to see that person as much as possible. Make sure that you are keeping yourself busy so that you're not doing things that you'll regret. Basically, make sure that you are communicating and doing as many fun things as possible, which, great, that just fell on my face, which we were doing that. We were visiting each other all the time, but we didn't do that until after I told him I was cheating. Like, the whole visiting thing, we weren't visiting each other enough. And I think that was the reason why it started to get really boring to me, because I started getting really bored. I'm one of those people who need a lot of attention and a lot of excitement, and I need to, you know, be doing something. Even if we go on a bike ride, to me, I feel like that's so much fun. But like I said, you know, it just depends on, it also depends on, like, your money situation. At the time, we didn't really have the kind of jobs that would let us go on vacation all the time, especially the job I was at. I really, like, could barely get any vacation time. They were really strict about that. Yes, I was making good money, but I didn't have enough vacation time to go see my man. And that took a toll on our relationship, basically. And like I said, you just want to, we were doing fun stuff together, like, you know, doing games on Skype, having movie night on Skype, and yada yada. But like I said, when it came to actually visiting each other, we didn't do that enough. I know we didn't. And yeah, that was probably, like, the biggest mistake that we made in our relationship in the beginning, was just not seeing each other as much as we could have. So for all those people who are scared to get in a long distance relationship, it's nothing to be scared about. It's all about making the right decisions. And I didn't contour. Like, I just realized I didn't do that, but oh well. Like I said, it's all about making the right decisions, and just being a lot better at your decisions. I don't know what other way to really say this, but just, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, think about who it is that you're cheating with. Is this person really worth your time? and blah, 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 blah. So yeah. Yes. So yeah, this is like an almost finished look. I did a pretty good job. Like I said, I don't normally put on eyeshadow because I hate eyeshadow. I do. Sometimes I just, ugh, I don't even know why I have a lot of eyeshadows to begin with. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put on my lashes. This story is kind of all over the place. It's just because I can't believe I'm actually telling everybody that I'm a cheater. Okay, so this is my finished look. I went ahead and added the lashes and I added a little mole. I actually do have a mole underneath my makeup. I just like to intensify, if that's even a word. I like to just really put a little bit more liner or whatever, liquid liner on it to kind of really bring it out, because I do actually have a mole underneath this makeup. This look actually came out really good, better than I expected. The eyeshadow look came out really good. The smoky green eye, like I said, I used a 99-cent eyeshadow palette out of a Walgreens that I got such a long time ago, and yeah, it was like a glittery one. Let me show you. This one was like some little Profusion eyeshadow, and then this like glittery eyeshadow palette. This was actually 99 cents, and then this was like $1, but you know, same thing. I went ahead and used that because I just wanted to see what I could do as far as like playing with different eyeshadows and different makeup that I don't really use much in my collection that I have, and this was actually not too bad. It came out pretty cute. I like the way the green is popping, and I don't really put on eyeshadow very often because it just takes a lot of time, a lot of the blending, yada yada. The lashes that I have on, I doubled up the Ardell wispy lashes. Instead of buying the double up wispies, I just doubled 2 pair that I already had, and they came out like this. I love them. These are like my favorite. I love doubling them up because they give it more of like a really cute, sexy kind of eye look. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry if I was rambling a lot. It's just a lot of information that I'm saying and a lot of things that I'm trying to think about to make it sound correct and not make it sound so harsh and not make me sound like I am a bad person, because I'm not a bad person. It's just that we make bad decisions in life. Even when you are like in high school, when you lie to your parents, or when you do something sneaky, or when you do something to a friend, it's always a bad decision. It's never necessarily that you're a bad person, and I kind of have to keep telling myself that. So that's basically what I'm doing now. It's just giving you guys the information as far as why you should just really try your best to stay focused on your relationship, and don't even think about other people but that person, because if they're treating you the way that you should be treated as a girl or a guy, definitely stick with that person. Don't let that person, like, you know, don't let those people on the outside get you away from what you're doing with your relationship. And you know, you can't really put the blame on that other person either. You have to kind of put it on both ends, because y'all both knew you were in a relationship, you know what I mean? So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Thank you guys so much for watching. My hands are extremely dry, oh my goodness, from all this makeup. Thanks again for watching. Like I said, hope you guys enjoyed. Go ahead and subscribe, and Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook is all down below. My online store for my thrift shop is on in the description bar as well. Thank you guys again for watching, and have a great one.